So, hello and welcome to Cricket Bat and Banter. Today's topic is ICC's two-tiered system for Test cricket. As we all know, for now we have nine Test team which is playing for this WTC 25-27. Though there are like 12 total Test playing nations, but Afghanistan, Zimbabwe, and I think Ireland these days are not considered for the WTC cycle, though they will play their bilateral tests. Anyways, so I have Vinay and Arvind with me to discuss this proposal. Hi, Vinay.
Hi Amit. Hi Arvind.
Hello, Vin.
Hey, hi, Amit, Vinay. How are you guys?
Good, doing good.
Yeah.
It's raining non-stop since morning in Bangalore, so yeah, enjoying the
Here it
weather.
is raining for the last half an hour or so.
So this ICC two-tier system for Test cricket, this is not new. I think it has been going for more than a decade or something, but it was never formally kind of looked into. So this time around, I think in July when the ICC meeting headed by Jay Shah was in Singapore, so they have formed a eight-member working committee. I think Roger
Okay.
Toos, ex-New Zealand cricketer, he is heading the this eight-member team, and it also includes Sanjog Gupta, the executive chief. Then you have Richard Gould from ECB and Todd Greenberg from CA. And uh, and they are supposed to submit a report or a proposal by year end to ICC for review.
Okay.
So, what about this two-tier uh, test system? Should I for the viewers? I'll just tell them what exactly they are proposing. So, since right now nine test teams are considered for this WTC cycle, for I think 27, 29, that's what they are thinking about. To bring in Afghanistan, Ireland, and there is one more. I
Zimbabwe.
forgot. Zimbabwe. Yeah. So then you have 12 total test playing countries. These guys will be divided into groups of two. So you have top six and then bottom six. And then you have a system of relegation and promotion. So from the top six, if one or two teams, one team or one team maybe, uh, can be relegated to the other group if they're not playing well, and then someone from the other group can be promoted to this particular group. I mean, the top six group. So that's how they're considering it. There are some pros and cons in this case. So what has been said is they want to increase the competition, as in if you take a look at just the India England series which just happened. So the games went to 5 days, and there were a lot of interest from around the globe for this particular test match. Everyone was watching, people were commenting. So that's one thing. Second thing is meaningful contest. Of course, again, if we take the example of India England series, it was definitely a meaningful contest. And if we take the other side, right now Zimbabwe and New Zealand are playing a test, and you can see the results. I mean, it's definitely not meaningful, and competition, of course, is less. And then there is potential for growth. Uh, so growth as in growth in viewership, because a lot of people will
Correct.
be interested in watching and talking about it. And on the other side, on the dark side, you can say marginalization of lower ranked team. I mean, of course, you are putting them in a different category itself. So, for example, Pakistan is opposing it, and of course, your ego also hurts in this case. Second thing is financial loss. Of course, ICC gives a big chunk of money to all these test playing nations for the growth of test cricket. So you will receive, of course, lesser than the top six. And then there is a risk of two separate worlds. So if you are putting six teams in one group and the other in different division, they might not end up, talking to each other, right?
Hmm.
So if you talk about growth, how will they grow? So that's the stuff we want to discuss about. So what's your view on two-tier system in general? And then we will go into some specifics as well. Anyone of you can take it.
Okay,
Arvind, you can start. And
sure. See, two-tier. So even in ODI cricket, right, there are like even Bermuda or Canada, these countries are ODI status, but not everyone play the World Cup or the World T20 and so on. So the same thing happens in test also, can happen, right? So if you are, it is already there. So who's playing WTC? The top 8 teams, 10 teams are playing. So I think it's like consistent across all formats. So I don't know this two-tier is going to really help, and it's 6 teams, right? So maybe the last 3 teams will go away. But how much of test cricket these guys play? That also we have to see. See, again, money is one thing, but Test cricket happening in India and England series was riveting and all that. Let's be honest, right? Like 30-40% of the cricket was very bad. So it's not like they played really great cricket and the series was riveting. That's not true. And England, it is summer, so people have to come spend time in the sun, so they will come. Same goes with Australia. And same
Yeah.
goes with South Africa and also in India if they play in Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai. If they are going to host a test match in Guwahati or Ranchi, you will see hardly 5,000 people turning up. Plus all the ticketing scams and high rates and all that. So I think saying that more people will view or money will come is actually wrong. So two-tier, whoever it is playing in a proper venue with proper teams, I think that is going to bring the audience whoever will watch the game. Obviously, T20 should not be even seen like a cricket in the sense it's a separate sport. So it has its own viewers and so on. And regarding the ratings and all, I think 6 teams or 9 teams, I don't think it's not going to make a lot of difference. And taking an example from Ranji Trophy itself, if you remember Ranji Trophy, I think for a decade had this two-tier system. Then
late
BCCI
and
closed it, say citing that it's like partial or not convincing and all that. So it will be a bit ironical if BCCI is going to support this. At home itself, you have abolished that system and now you want to support it. That doesn't make sense. And I think even England is like wary of this thing and they are not really supporting it only. And Australia has said they are open to whatever it is. So I think this will not materialize. Maybe they will do something and it won't work. And I think after this WTC cycle, what 2027?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That then there is 2028 Olympics, LA Olympics, for which cricket is there. So whether this test points or ODI points or T20 points, whatever is, I mean, or it's just whoever wants to play Olympics, they'll play. I don't know. So even if it happens, I think nothing is going to change for the next 3-4 years.
Okay. Yeah,
I
Vinay.
think I completely agree with what he said because we had this plate system in Ranji Trophy that BCCI didn't continue with. Now, if somebody picks it up in the meeting and says, when you can do it domestically, why are you proposing it for an international tournament like cricket, where you want more teams to play cricket, and Test cricket is the best way where you can showcase the game. I still remember a lot of people aspiring to be Test cricketers back then, but now since IPL has come out, I think that's why the viewership and all has come down. Talking about, I think mostly this is due to the broadcasters, I feel, because if India is playing Zimbabwe, there's not going to be much emphasis on broadcasting. I mean, not many people would even turn up and watch. So I think two-tier system is partially to get those, economics, as they say, the broadcasters, keeping broadcasters happy. Because I remember when India were about to not field Kohli, there was huge cry by broadcasters saying, we want him there because we've marketed him and all those things. So
Yeah.
there has to be a proper, you just can't have an ICC committee decide if you want two-tier system, because there are other aspects as well, economic and other things. Because if there's no broadcaster ready to even telecast the Zimbabwe versus Bangladesh game if they're in tier 2 WTC. What is the point in even having them? Where do you show? Where do they play? Who's the target audience for that? So as Arvind says, I think this is just gonna be something that report will come up, and then again somebody will bring up a point where they say, okay, we can check with this, and things will get pushed. I guess it's not in a hurry where they'll decide based on what the report is coming up by the end end of the year.
Correct. I
Yeah,
think it's
definitely not that.
sponsor.
Just to add to the point both of you guys mentioned. So there is also a theory going on that uh, India, Australia, I mean the big three. So right now, what they are playing around two series every 4 years. So if
Correct.
you
Every
if you if you have this two-tier system, India, Australia, and England will get a lot of opportunities to actually play more with each other. So a series happening probably every year or every 2 years, something like that. So that's also there. I mean, you're talking about economics, right? So that's where,
economic.
yeah, it comes into
There's a
picture.
book about it. I mean, you can read the whole how even the sponsors, the brands, everyone's part of the whole thing. It's not just that the boards decide. When was the last time India played or toured Bangladesh for a proper test series? I mean, the gap is more because there's no money in it. Nobody wants there. There's no India Pakistan test match since like what 2000s now, mid 2008.
Yeah.
So if there's two tier system and if they both are pulled in one tire, what do? You don't play, and then how do you separate them? So I think tier one, however it is happening now, is the better way to do it. And then for you to promote test in other countries or make it compatible, I think you'll have to give them some incentives where ICC gives them proper training or gives them. I mean, it's up to the boards to decide on that. You just can't have a tier two system because a team is not performing up to the standards of the other teams, and B, you just can't annihilate. You can't just put West Indies in tier B and then ask them to play around just Zimbabwe, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan teams. There's already a lot of people who not playing test cricket, and if you just do this, I think you might as well keep just 4 teams, 5 teams, and then make them play test cricket and revoke test status for other teams if you do this.
Yeah, and as of now, if you see already, I mean, it is a two-tier system, but not spoken, not like in black and
It's an
white. It's not written.
unofficial black
Yeah,
and
it's
white.
unofficial.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. And as Arvind mentioned, 2028 mid-July you have Olympics. What happens then? Right? You need
Correct.
all your top players to go and represent there. So again, it will create a big fuss. And we already have too much cricket. We already have it. So where do you kind of put Test cricket in between all this? Uh, then there is also a complaint about the parity between top six as well. So, as per the schedule 25-27 WTC cycle, Australia is playing 21 tests.
Hmm.
England is playing 21 tests. Uh, then you have South Africa, which is playing 14. India is playing 18. New Zealand 14. Sri Lanka, Bangladesh 12 each, and West Indies and I think Pakistan 13 each. So obviously, some guys are playing more test matches than the other guys. Arvind, what do you say?
See, that is that. So this is what they had something called FTP, right? So Future Tours and Programs
Yeah.
panel. So they decide. So that is where, as Vinay was saying, all these Fox Star and everyone say that
Yes.
you'll have these matches. Then we have dedicated slots for IPL, Big Bash, and all this. So whatever gap is there, weather and all that put together, you get some test cricket. So, who plays less? Maybe last cycle we should see, like, is it happening every cycle or is it this cycle? But traditionally, if you see, England have played more test cricket than
Oh, that's
anybody else.
even in
So,
last
and
cycle as well.
if you see South Africa, they were like down and out, or they were almost like West Indies only. Suddenly, I don't know, like somehow luckily they got and won the WTC this year. So they are now become like a test, torch bearers or something. But still, they will not play that many matches as Australia or England.
Yeah,
So I think it's mostly the Aussies and English people bullying others. I mean, it is not open, but it is still clear that this is what is happening in all of this. Plus, again, it's all about the sponsors and the money.
Yeah.
So yesterday or day before yesterday, there was some interview with Kiran More, former India cricketer. So he said when colored clothing was introduced for many years, India didn't have any sponsors. Only after
correct.
Sachin came, there were sponsors. So which means only you should have some star cricketer or people following something, then you will get sponsors. So if West Indies produce another Lara, or Zimbabwe has, let's say, Andy Flower or somebody,
Yeah.
some new bowler, then there will be some momentum and there will be sponsor will be ready to spend money and there will be more people coming to watch the match. So I think some of it is it has to come. So we cannot predict it. So luckily for India, this time Gill became a superstar. So otherwise, there is no Kohli, Rohit, nobody is there. Bumrah is like tic tac. I mean, inky pinky ponky kind of matches. So and he is like crying in Instagram and all that. So next cycle, who is going to play? So all this is there. So like, imagine next series if some 4 5 top Indian cricketers are injured and all that, then we will say the matches were boring and we might lose one sided, and you will say like India should be there. So do you think after that India should be relegated to plate cricket nations? Obviously, BCCA won't allow to do that. So
And
it's I think it's all about the money.
Yeah, it is.
So if they somehow find to balance it, or maybe Geo will buy out cricketing rights in Zimbabwe, West Indies, and all, then try to make some money out of it. Then maybe it might work. Who knows?
and also, if you see, England and Australia have traditionally few venues. Like there, if there is a Test series, there has to be a match in Lords. There has to be a match in MCG, and that is where
Yeah.
that ground gets your money. But whereas in countries like India and South Africa, there are no traditional Test match venues where they have to play. Like it's not like
It's
every
there.
Boxing Day
Durban and all.
Durban and all is there, but in India it's not like you just randomly go. I remember there was a match in the new Motera Stadium. I think India England where everything was empty. I mean, like not many people went
That
there.
was during
Even
COVID.
yeah, that was during COVID, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But then test matches also need to have traditional venues where people come in and watch, like Lords or MCG or Bombay for that matter. And that is where the boards will think, if I have a two-tier system, like for example, not many people even knew that there's an Australia West Indies test series happening where they got bowled out for what, 25, 27 runs. It's only after Arvind sent me that scorecard and said this is happening, I was like, okay, this is also happening. So if the teams playing have that gap in their talent and other things, not many people are interested. Even the broadcasters would have brought rights for 2 3 years at a stretch, anticipating things would get better. Even not many people even promoted the Australia West Indies series. So
I
if
think
this
apart
gets
from
like,
Africa, the ground problem I think is not there in other places at least.
yeah, yeah,
Today there was a T20 match between Australia and South Africa in August
Yeah.
in Australia,
Yeah.
in Darwin. So they are promoting T20 in tier two cities,
Yeah.
and it turned out to be a somewhat a close match, and Australia won it.
Yeah.
thanks to
But
Tim David,
yeah,
Hmm.
that is RCB Tim David.
RCB.
So I think if they sort out money, but given that two Indians, Sanjog Gupta, I don't know, he's Indian origin, but is he Indian guy or is it some British guy?
I think he's the Indian guy. He was with Geo earlier.
So he's like a non-cricketing guy. He's a
Yes.
CEO.
He's
I
a
think that's where the
non-cricketing.
economics,
Yeah,
He's a non.
economic part of it comes in.
Jai Shah, Amit Shah, all this money.
He's the
So
non-cricketing guy who you can say represents the this one broadcasters' interest, I guess.
okay. So that means he has some veto power there. So yeah, I think it's not for us to finally, we can comment all we want, but I think at the end of the day, what Star and Fox. This time, if you see, I was reading that the Ashes rights have gone to some channel called TNT. So, which is, I don't know if it is not, I don't think it's a traditional cricket channel.
It's a good big company in US, Ted Turner Network that used to have your wrestling back in the days back then. It's an old
There used to
company. I
be
don't
a channel called Turner Classic Movies. They used to play.
exactly. It's part of them. Yeah, TNT is your traditional channel in US where they have those NBAs and all.
This is Australia,
Now
I think, but
I think they've started a branch in, I mean, branches and subsidiary in Australia, so they've tried to get the net rights. But TNT is known to produce good quality sports.
right. So, if not for Channel 9, it used to be Fox mostly or
Fox.
Channel. But now they have got they wanted money, so Cricket Australia gave it to the highest bidder, or maybe there were no bidders for Ashes that only the cheapest guy TNT got it. So I don't know how it went,
Mm.
but so
So
it's about the money and the sponsors.
yeah, definitely it is about the money, no doubt about that. So as of now, there are two boards which are kind of opposing. One is of course Pakistan, and the second, I mean, their reason is it's kind of obviously, if I mean, they kind of anticipate that they will start with, uh, they will be in the second group, second division. So
Mm.
they might incur some financial loss. And the second thing is, of course, their ego. I mean, if India is in the top six, why are we in the other group? So that's there. And then from ECB as well, their reason is also pretty stupid. So ECB says that what happens if we get relegated and we are in the second division? So
Play well.
as
Play well. Don't
no,
get
no, no.
relegated.
Just before that, Arvind said if India doesn't place well and is relegated and goes into the second division, BCCI will not let it happen, right? I mean,
We'll
so
put IPL.
why would ECB let it happen? Same thing, right?
Exactly. Same thing. Same thing. And also, I think test matches is something that you don't play looking into the result perspective of a way. Because in Lords, even if we couldn't get those runs, we would have at least tried to defend it if we had overs. Basically, the whole point of test match is whether you can either win or draw a test match. If you put this relegation level kind of a threat to a team, I don't know if how would they take it and eventually how would they perform.
Imagine some match, right? So if
Yeah.
we team scores 25 runs, they will not be relegated. If they score less than that in the last hour, they will be relegated. So there will be bets for that and all that. So
And also, what would you do if a match is drawn? Go back to Ranji Trophy and say first innings lead Milata, get him so much extra points because based on first innings lead. How
number
would
of
they
balls.
solve number of?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, yeah, since it's a test match, I think they would go number of balls defended, where you defend the ball, unlike fours and sixes in World Cup where ECB won.
If not two there, I mean, what do you think will help like Zimbabwe, or because I'm talking about this because financial loss is very important for all these boards, especially the low tier teams. So if we don't adopt a two-tier system where you have promotion and relegation as a reward, so how do you take care that whatever money is given to these boards goes in the right direction for the development of this cricket? How do you ensure that then?
I don't know if I think this was proposed earlier. Get players from other countries and make them play like what county is happening. I think if teams like India open up domestic season where they let Zimbabwe come and play Ranji Trophy with us, I mean this might be a far stretched idea.
Used to be
If
there, right? It used to be there. Bangladesh play used to play. I think I don't know the other trophy or something like that.
Theodore
So
Trophy or something, I think
Yeah.
give them chance, make them play, get. I mean, I don't know if
even now the Bermuda, I think Bermuda or Namibia. Namibia's team is in Bangalore, so they are playing some. 10 different matches in
10
one.
different matches. No, I mean, I don't know if Vikram Solanki was part of a team playing Ranji. I don't know. I think there was rumors that he would have signed
There
Rajasthan or
used to
something.
be foreign umpires in Ranji,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
to
yeah.
give
So
trial,
what I'm
right?
feeling is if BCCI, ECB, or the Cricket Australia, they come up with any idea, where they would say 1 year or 2 years, give them some time frame, get them into signing a contract, and say they'll play Ranji Trophy games. Like for example, Zimbabwe coming and playing the whole season here. They'll know how domestic cricket works, and I think Zimbabwe players, apart from couple of them, Brandon Taylor and all, wouldn't have had such high quality experience playing. So it would be a nice learning curve for them. And then once they play the next level where they play West Indies or India for that matter, they would have that experience to play for 4 days or 5 days of cricket. Because now I don't know how many domestic matches Zimbabwe players have, or even Afghanistan. Do they have any domestic circuit? Sri
Afghanistan,
Lanka also.
we don't even play in Afghanistan, right? So
Yeah.
Exactly. They're still playing in Noida, or did they change?
I don't know. I don't think they are playing any cricket other
No,
than
they're
the.
not playing in Noida. Definitely not.
Okay. Because Noida was given as a home team for Afghanistan to play. They played a couple
Yeah.
of test matches.
No,
But
And
they
also,
could not.
if
They
you
actually could not. New Zealand came to India, but it rained for the whole match, so they
exactly,
couldn't.
and also
imagine
if you
New Zealand, Zimbabwe, right? Where even in New Zealand, I don't think people will come and pay and watch. Even Zimbabwe, I don't think there is crowd. So where will this
Yeah,
happen? So will you get both New Zealand and Zimbabwe?
I wanted to go for that Afghanistan New Zealand test match. In fact, I since it was raining, I couldn't. The stadium is very close to my place.
Free ticket maybe.
Yeah, it was free. There were no
free man,
tickets.
free.
Yeah, you can just go and watch.
Okay.
So basically, even for that matter, or instead of all this circus of getting them and things, ICC should give out a strict ruling saying that get your domestic act right. Like for example, I still remember Kumar Sangakkara in an interview saying that the school cricket stopped playing in Sri Lanka. The school cricket is not as competitive as it was when he and Mahela were playing. And see, that trickles down to all the test players that have come down. Not many people play 4 day or 5 day cricket. I think
Also, if
something
you
like that should be done.
look at, I mean, all these test playing nations, wherever the government is stable, the economy is stable, Test cricket has kind of flourished. But look at the example of Sri Lanka as well.
Mhm.
When the government topples, of course, everything just goes bad. And I think they were banned as well by ICC.
Um,
The board,
no,
something
board was
happened.
asked to. No, the government took over the board, so they said government officials not allowed. So get
Not
somebody
allowed.
to.
Yes, yes.
I read a report. I don't know how far fetched or how true it is that New Zealand and even South Africa can't afford for a test series with five or more, three or more test matches. The maximum is like one, two, three test matches. They can't have more than three. So that is where the number of matches comes down because I don't know. They
Yes.
even play when they have a long gap. I don't think so. The defending test
Start
champions are playing any game in home anytime soon. They're just roaming, traveling, going around.
start
Which
of the
one?
last cycle in WTC,
You were
South
talking about
Africa
South
sent a
Africa.
C team or
South
as a
Africa.
D team.
Sorry,
At the start of WTC last cycle, South Africa sent some C team or something
C
to
team.
India.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they
So
had like all 11 players making debut.
this
They didn't
season
want the
they
top players to stop playing with the
T20 was happening,
C20.
so all
C20,
these
yeah.
guys were there.
and
So
And they
this
still
season they
won.
are definitely
Imagine.
playing.
No, they're
hmm?
Sorry.
playing, but then South Africa, they're playing, but then the home games start way late. It's not like they have home matches. I think it's about a year around.
September, November 2026.
Imagine. Now we're 25 August, so you don't play a test game for a year. How would anybody know about test cricket?
Yeah.
So we
Uh,
have
next
like
year's
9 minutes.
September, November, December. That's when they are playing home series. They are playing October, November 2025 in Pakistan and coming to India as well.
Nice.
India is going to Australia to play 3 one-day matches, just 3 matches. For that, they are going to Australia
And then for that, there's going to be a
for
team
access.
selection. There's going to be. When are we playing tests there? Back in January this year or next year?
India is playing in home only for at least till next IPL.
Oh, no Boxing Day test this time in Australia then.
That is
I
Ashes,
think South
no?
Africa is going. Oh,
No,
Ashes,
no,
yeah.
no. We
I
have
think
in November 2025. We have, right, 5 tests with Australia.
No,
West,
no. It is
no, no, West
Ashes.
Indies, man.
We don't have.
We have West
Okay.
Indies coming. We have
Now
West Indies
only
coming.
West Indies, Australia, 2 matches versus West Indies. Then South Africa is coming. I think next is some Sri Lanka
Yeah.
or something like.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Today,
That's what.
did you see that other report? Mostly Kohli, Rohit will also be asked to go out of ODIs.
That is
Because
there. Vijay, they are asked to play Vijay Hazare, no?
yeah, if they want, they have to come and play Vijay Hazare.
Yeah.
I said,
So one of the
I
solutions is obviously have something like a county system as ECB has, right? I mean, I think it has helped. I think a lot of cricketers, India as well, Pujara and all these guys used to go play county. Uh, Now they know the English conditions, the pitches, and they of course can improve, their skills to perform better when they are playing against England in tests. So that is one thing. Any other stuff?
No,
Any
that
other
is
ideas?
already there. Top cricketers from Pakistan, Zimbabwe,
Yeah,
West Indies, they all play county cricket.
yeah, they all play. So, but what about India? What about Australia? What these guys are doing to actually bring the low tier teams to uh, better their performances in Test cricket?
I think it is same as T20, right? So Afghanistan will be very bad in Test cricket. So imagine Afghanistan 4 5 years ago in T20, they were bad only.
correct.
Only after Rashid Khan and few other guys, and it's only 20 overs, so it's like a video game for some, you just click it and it works. So maybe it should come from the team only. So you can fund money and all that, but nobody is interested to play, or there are no players, they can't do much.
I don't think so. Rashid Khan is playing test matches now. I think the last series that he had, he gave some injury as a reason and he didn't play.
Anyway, he has spent
Okay.
force in T20 also. Yeah.
Uh, okay. So I think whatever the report will be, but the end result
Mhm.
will be that you already have team rankings, right? So they can do this stuff with the team ranking itself. If they want to say that your finances will be cut off if you don't improve your performances. So you have the bottom six, and this much percentage will be cut off, something like that. But the system, whatever it is, I think it will remain because, and when we talk about parity in Test cricket, as in how many matches India is playing or England is playing, there is a shortcoming from the boards as well. They don't have enough money to play 20 Test matches. So that is
And
also a
host.
problem in itself. So they obviously opt for lesser Test matches, how much ever they can sort of uh, host. So I think the system is going to remain like this, and nothing's gonna change. But let's be hopeful. Let's see what these guys, the team under your New Zealand cricketer, what they do, what they report, and what the ICC feels they can include for the betterment of Test cricket. So for now, I think we should leave it there. Not
I
much
think, yes,
to
we'll just
discuss.
wait for the reports to come because unless the report is out and unless whatever ICC comes to a conclusion, as Arvind said, whatever we talk would nothing holds good until the report comes and we know what is happening.
Yeah. So I think people should not make a lot of ho halla about the two-tier system.
I think
Let's
they
see
won't
what
make it
happens.
also. I think a lot of, not even half that media will cover Test cricket related news.
Yeah. Okay then. see you guys all in next episode, and please subscribe, or if you have any comments, please let us know. Thank you, Arvind. Thank you, Vinay, for joining.
Thank you, Amit.
Bye.